If you want to improve the performance of your Node.js application, or if you are facing some issues in the performance of your Node.js application, so this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can improve the performance of a Node.js application using worker threads. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what are worker threads, how you can use that, and what are the scenarios in which you can actually use worker threads to improve the performance of your Node.js application. So let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Kamran and I'm an experienced software developer, and I make videos on helping other developers to improve their coding skills and also for the freshers who wants to get started with their software development career. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so the next time when I'm going to upload any awesome video, you will get that on your feed. So first of all, we will try to understand what is the main reason where your Node.js application starts to give you problems, or when is the situation in which the performance of the Node.js applications lags. So to answer this question, we should know how exactly the Node.js work. As a Node.js developer, we all know how a event loop behind the scenes work. And in case if you don't know, I will give you a brief of how the event loop behind the scenes work. So you will get an idea if your application is not giving the best performance, what would be the reason. So this event loop is basically a loop which keeps on running when we run our Node.js server. And in each iteration of this loop, there are different phases into which the loop goes. And one of the phases out of this loop is the poll phase, where we keep polling the input and output and callback of the particular input output. So let's say if we make an API call, that API call is an input output. So in this poll phase, the event loop will poll the input output and also wait for the callback to return. So the more time the callback will take, the more engaged this event loop phase will be. And this is the main reason why most of our Node.js applications slows down. So if in this phase, if the callback is taking a lot of time, or you are doing some CPU intense work in your JS application, then this will take a lot of time and your whole iteration of the loop will get stuck. And when you are going to increase this input output, these iterations will increase, and that in turn will increase the lag in the performance. So way before, I also faced the same issue in my Node.js application when I started making applications in Node.js. So in my case, it was a pretty simple example in which I was getting an API call, and in that API call, there was a JSON, and from the JSON, I used to pick up all the elements and put it in the database one by one. And on each input output, I was doing the same. And in my situation, the JSON was too big and my application was putting all the elements of my JSON one by one into the database. And to improve that, I used a worker thread. So what you can do in such scenarios, that you can spin up a new worker thread and you can offload your CPU intense work to that thread. You have to keep in mind that these worker threads are not basically multi-threading. Node.js is one single threaded, and it will be single threaded even if after using this worker thread. All we do using my worker thread is create a new event loop, which is a separate process from a main event loop. And in that event loop, we can do any separate or a parallel work. As we know that each event loop has their dedicated memory and CPU. So it will be isolated from the main thread and it will never block or slow down the main thread. So and now I'm going to take an example where how you can exactly create a new thread and show you how you can also implement the same in your application. So for this, I'm going to create a new blank project and I'm going to create a main script and a separate script which will be in which we are going to do some CPU intense work. So let's do that. So I have just created a simple folder and I have opened my Visual Studio Code in this folder. So now let's create a main.js, which will be the main script of our application. So now I've created this simple application in which I'm just listening to this get API, and this get API, what we are going to do, we are going to pass a number, and in that number we are going to do some CPU intense work, and I will just move that work to a worker thread so that it will help you to understand how exactly you create a worker thread and use it in your main application. On the top of my mind, I can only think a CPU intense work is to find a factorial of a number. So I'm going to create a function which will help us to find the factorial of a number. And as we know, factorial of a number takes a lot of CPU to work out. So that is why we are going to use that. So for that, let's create a new module. So here you can see that I have created a simple module in which I have just created a single function, and this function is to get the factorial. So here if I pass a number, I will get back the factorial of that number. For the simplest implementation, what we are going to do, we are going to import this factorial function in our main.js, and we are going to call that. So in order to import that, we can simply just do a require, and this module will give us factorial. And in this get API, I'm just simply gonna go call the factorial dot get factorial. And here I'm gonna pass the request dot query dot number. For simplicity, I'm keeping all the elements simple. And here, whenever I'm going to get this, I'm going to calculate this number, right? And for factorial, for the smaller numbers, it will be easier to calculate, but for the longer number, it will be very hard to calculate because it will take a lot of CPU. So first step is always to find out the root cause of the delay caused in your node application. Once you find that, what you can do, you can stick that particular part of your application into some worker thread, which will be a separate thread where it will be running. So let's do that. So for that, first we are going to create a worker thread. And how you can simply create a worker thread. So worker thread, first we have to import the worker thread. So let's do that. So I'm going to import a worker thread over here. So let's do that worker, and this we will require from. So if you write here worker thread, then they will get this worker thread. So you can just simply import that first. And now we are going to create a new instance of this worker for our factorial function. So let's do that. And to create a worker thread, I'm just simply gonna create a new constant with the name factorial thread or factorial worker. And in this, we are going to instantiate this worker. That is simple. And as a parameter, you have to pass the path of that file or a module. So let's do that. So I'm going to pass that factorial.js. So now this particular file will run in a new worker. It is that simple. So now we have created a worker thread. All we have to do is to pass a data between this worker thread to the main thread. So this file will be running in our parent or a main thread, and this worker thread we have to pass the data. And in order to pass the data, we have to use post message method. And how to use that? So if we want to pass some data to a worker, then we can simply do dot post message, and this will pass a message to this. And here also you can just simply pass this number to worker thread using this post message. So now we have passed this value to this worker thread. So you have to keep in mind this worker thread will be running in a separate memory. So in order to pass this data between these, you have to use this post message methods. So now in the worker file, we have to make some changes. In order to make it as a worker thread, so we have to remove this module, and now we have to listen to the main thread on a port. So for that, we are going to import something, and that is parent port from the worker thread. So let's do that. So this parent port will help us to listen to the messages on this parent port. So we can do simply parent port dot on, and on will be an event listener, and we will be listening to all the messages posts from the parent. And on each message, we are going to trigger a function. And in this function, we are going to get the number. And here we are going to simply console log factorial, and we are going to pass the number inside this. So this will listen to all the messages from the parent port, and will on each number we are going to calculate this factorial. So this we have to keep inside a curly braces because this is a part of module, not the whole module. So now we are ready to run this main thread and the worker thread. So let's try to do that. So I will remove this import from here, and now we are going to run this thing. So before running, just make sure that you install this and Express using npm. So once we install this Express.js, we can simply run node main.js. So here you can see that our main application is running on 5000 port. Let's try to hit that API and get the output. So before hitting the API, I'm just going to add some console logs so that it will be clear for you to understand the flow. So let's add a log over here where we are going to say find factorial of, and we are going to print the number. So let's append a string over here saying that the answer or the factorial of the given number is this. So factorial of, and we can add a number over here, and and say is. Now here just we have to make sure we are checking if we are getting a number, then only we are going to call this. So once from my web browser, if I hit this API with number 5, I can see that the value is printed for 120. So here we have to keep in mind both these logs are from the different threads and printed in the same console. So now if you are running this for a large number also, then also the main thread will never be logged from this calculation. So now we have passed a message from the main thread to the worker thread. We can do the same from the worker thread to the main thread as well. So for that, what we have to do, we have to emit a data from here and we have to listen that data to on here. So first let's add a listener to listen all the messages from the worker. So for that, I'm going to use this factorial worker and I'm going to listen to this, and on every message, I'm just gonna console the value or the message which I are getting from the worker thread. We are just going to log this into console. And now let's try to emit some data from the factorial. So what we can emit, we can just simply emit the value which we are getting from this get factorial. So let's do that. So first I'm going to get this value into a constant, which could be an answer, and then I'm going to pass that answer to the parent thread. So let's do that. So instead of this, I'm going to print this over here answer, and I'm going to pass this whole string to parent. So I'm just going to say parent dot post message. So parent port dot post message will pass the data from the worker thread to its parent thread. So here you can see now if I rerun, the same message will be printed again. And to avoid the confusion, I will add a new thing that in parent thread, so that you will understand that this is printed in the parent thread. So once I rerun this application and again hit the API, you can see that the print is that we have passed the data to the parent thread and parent thread is consoling this value. So from this video, I hope you understood how you can create your worker threads and you can pass the data between them. And if you like the content, I would suggest you hit the subscribe button and share the video with all others Node.js developers. And this video will help them to improve the performance of that Node.js application. Thanks for watching everyone. See you in the next video.